This is Rohit Mondal from Alien Brains. This video tutorial will show you how to make a Chrome extension in React.js. Let's start our session. First of all, you need to know what are Chrome extensions. Extensions are small software programs that customize the browsing experience. They enable users to tailor Chrome functionality and behavior to individual needs or preferences. When you hear the word Chrome, it's obviously Google Chrome here. What are extensions? If you go to your link Chrome, this extension here, what you will find is there are certain extensions that I have installed for myself. For example, I am a React developer, so I need a React developer tools extension. What this extension does is it provides me with certain features that allows me to enhance my performance while making an app. So what this React developer tool comes with, it comes with a component tab and a profiler tab. This component tab provides me with the hierarchy, visual representation of my hierarchy. So I have many components and it shows me the parent component, child component and everything. It provides me a visual representation of it. And other than that, the profiler shows me what is being rendered and the speed at which it is being rendered, and thus enhances my performance. Today we are going to learn, see, first of all, this extension, it can be made in vanilla JavaScript as well, but since I am into React and I know how awesome it is, and you need to know it too, so we are going to make a extension today in React.js. So what are we going to build today? In this session, we will build an extension that will capture all the URL requests made by a website when it is first loaded. When you first go to a website, there are always certain URLs that are certain requests which are made. So we will capture all the requests that are made by that website. In here, we are going to have a look at the requests made whenever any page is opened in MDN, Mozilla Developer. That website, when we open it, it has such an awesome documentation. Awesome documentation, and we will find out what are the different pages, the different requests that are made. For this, we will need the help of Chrome Web Request API. Before that, let's first create our React tab. I already have my React tab made. You can go to your official documentation and find it out. npx create React tab or run create React tab. Let me move to the code. So I already have an app named first extension for you as well. It's a first extension in React.js. Before moving through all this, we always need a starting point, and every extension needs a manifest.json file. If you make it in vanilla.js, you will have to create your own manifest.json file and then do a lot of configurations as well. React.js already provides you with a manifest.json, and here when you first create your app, it will be a different file. So what I have done here is I have put down, since I have made this extension myself before, I have put down this entire code is on GitHub. I will provide you with the link later. So right now you have to just go through all the lines to understand what it is. So if you can go look at the format of a JSON file, manifest JSON file on Chrome, you can search it. So what it does is it has a manifest version, the name, description. This name is whatever name you want to give your extension. For example, for React Developer Tools, the name is React Developer Tools. My extension will appear as first extension. The description as in what it does. Other than that, the important parts are browser action. So what it does is default pop-up. You know what is a pop-up? It pops up. If you click on something, it opens. This default pop-up when you click on an extension. For example, let me go there, and when I click on one of these, Yes, something opens by the side. When I click on, oh sorry, this shows something, but since this is not made in React, so this is the part for React developer tools. It shows which apps, which page is made in React, and then when you make a React page, then it opens up tab. It gives you the component and profile page and all. Since this is not made, this will not show. This is the functionality and the functionality. And as for myself here, what I did is this index.html file. It will render this page. This is the entry point. So it goes to this entry point whenever this app is opened, this extension is opened, sorry, and it will have a default title, open the pop-up. We will understand this background thing later. Other than that, these icons, it will show you whatever icon you have, it will show on the extension. You will get to see it. And other than that, the content security policy. Since these work on inline scripts, so what happens is sometimes the new version of Chrome, it gives errors whenever the extension is built. For this, whenever I will move forward, you will understand that whenever if you remove this line, let me show it later. Wait. And other than that, this permission, what it does, this permission, what I have is the web request. This is the Chrome web request API that I talked about. Actually here. For this, we'll need the help of Chrome web request API. What it does, it allows us to look at the URLs, whatever request is being made. Let me go back. And this is the domain name. Since I said that today we will find out what are the requests made by developer Mozilla, this website, so I have to provide this as well, the name of the domain. After making this manifest.json file, first of all, you can skip this part. You can skip this part for now. So what you do after writing down this manifest.json file, you will do yarn run build. Wait, let me remove that part, that background script part. It's building, it will obviously take some time. Just keep your patience. For amazing things, you need patience. Now, if you go to here, you will open this. If it's not opened yet, you will open this URL, and here you will have this developer mode toggle. You will switch it, click it, make it, switch it on, and then click on load unpacked. So what load unpacked does is, from here you will go navigate to your repository, the extension repository for myself first, and then select the build folder. Since we built using yarn run build, we built it, and we will select this. What you can see here is this. See, first extension. However, as you can see, what will you do with this? There's nothing here, no functionality, nothing. Just an app, that's an extension that is made. This is the starting point to create a real Chrome extension that I described in the manifest.json file. And all this. So what I will do now is provide it a functionality. And for that, what to do? We will go back, and here we'll add this thing. This background scripts add background.js. Where this path will create a folder named app, and then create within this public directory, and go to background.js. Here I have a code that is written down here, and I will explain it for now. For now, let's understand what this background.js first does. What it does is provides the functionality. It is a background script that keeps running in an extension for its lifetime. It never expires. This extension, if you have a developer account, You can always publicly distribute your extension, and this extension will have this background script running in it for its entire lifetime. Now if we do, since we added a line in that manifest.json, we'll run yarn and build again, and you will see one interesting thing that appears right here. If you click on reload, you'll see inspect views background page. So this background page provides you with a console. This console is provided, and here all your requests. Since I said that we will see all the requests that are being made by that MDN, what is this background page provides me with a console. That thing, everything is here. Console elements, a lot of things. So here console will have all our URLs that will appear here. They will be console logged here. Right now, let me close it and go back to our code. Just a minute. In background.js, since I said we have to work with that Chrome Web Request API. What is this API for? To get all the URLs. Web Request API provides me with certain lifecycle methods. Here, first of all, let's understand what is this Web Request API. It is used to observe and analyze traffic and to intercept, block or modify requests in flight. This API defines a set of events that follow the lifecycle of a web request. In general, if I say you what does a web request do, means what is its path. So when we request something, and then it processes a lot of things, and then it returns us with a result. And if it fails, it returns us with an error. In here, these actually are understood by, we can name it as lifecycle methods. In here there are many lifecycle methods that fit Web Request API has. You can go to Chrome and search for Web Request API, and it will provide you with multiple lifecycle methods. In our video today, we will use only 3 of them. On before request, that is when the request is about to occur, and on completed, when a request is successfully done, completed, and on error record is when a request could not be processed. It fails. In here what I have, let's now dive into this code, background.js, the script, what it does. So first of all, what I have here is the tab storage. What tab storage does is, as the name tab says, in Chrome tabs. This tab storage stores the Chrome tabs. So by storing Chrome tab, I mean that it stores the tab IDs. Every tab has a different ID, so it stores that ID. And in network filter, it's the URL that I also mentioned here. Developers, since I am trying to see the request, you can add more URLs that will help you look at the requests that other ones make, other websites. In here we will only see MDNs. This first block here, it will work on understanding that when we are opening it first. So on before request, as in when we are first opening the site, requests are made. So what this here is the tab where it has a add listener function. So add listener, it listens when a request is made and then returns us with something. What on before request needs is, it can take actually 3 parameters: these details, this network filter, and another one that we'll not dive into right now because it needs more understanding. For now we will go into the first callback as in this entire part, and this network filter. This callback will be our functioning, and this is mandatory, you need to have this here. And the network filter for understanding which URL we are accessing. What it does here is, this first callback comes with a details parameter. This details contains what? The tab ID and the request ID. So whatever request is being made, even they have IDs. Since these are all unique IDs, these need to be unique. So we have to have IDs here. And other than that, this tab ID, as I said earlier, I have console logged this tab ID and details, so you will see it later. What it does is tabs. Let's move into it first. Let's go back, and in here we'll click on background page. It will open our console, and now we will open a MDN page. MDN anything like template literals. This is made in MDN. If we now go back, you see there are vast number of things that have been logged here. So what is all these? Let's go back to our code to understand. Wait. I have even used certain terms to understand which one is when, because it becomes very hectic. So before what is contains the tab ID and the details. So that tab that I open, it has the tab ID 131, and the details as in what this add listener function returns us with. It returns us with frame ID, the method get, since we are making an HTTP request to get things. So it's a get method, and other than that, this parent frame ID, the request ID, which is important for us. Request ID is 5574 here. In here, this line, what it says is, if not tab storage dot has own property tab ID, it will return. So if there is no tab ID, nothing is being opened or closed, right? Since if you open or close a tab, there will always be a tab ID. So nothing is being opened or closed. So right here, no work is being done, so it returns. When it has a tab ID itself, what it does is it goes into tab. In this tab storage tab ID, it makes a request object. This request object has a dynamic ID, which is the request ID. If you look into here, let's go down a little and go to line number 22, 23. See, in background there is tab storage. The first thing is that being done is tab storage. If we open this object, it has an ID 26, an ID 28, and an ID 131. We will first look at what we had here. See, these are the different tab IDs itself. Since you could see here, I already had certain tabs opened here, so I took these as well. Let me go back here. What my tab ID contains here, what was my tab ID? 131. And in 131, what did I do? I went to MDN. So only MDN network, that URL returned me with certain requests. Since I said that this tab storage has a dynamic ID, these are the dynamic IDs 26, 28, and 131, and then it has a request object. See this request object, and with the request ID that is also dynamic. This is the request ID. These are the various requests. So many requests are made. We can see here. See, there are 5576, 5574, down here 5578, and many more. These have been done. So, and you can see here status is pending. When is the status pending? When in on before requests. The on before request has this status pending thing, and it will. So this means that only the request has been made. No action, nothing has been returned yet. But we know everything has been returned since my URL already opened. So where did those things come? So it came in Chrome web request on completed, the other lifecycle method. It also listens when does it listen? When that request is completed, and it also returns with the details and has the tab ID, request ID, and so on. In here, what do I do is I have a object.assign thing. In what does object.assign do? So first of all, what did I do? In request, I stored that earlier thing. What earlier request, this request ID here, and this object is contained here, request ID, URL, start time, and so on. What object.assign does is it adds to this request object. What it adds? End time, the request duration, and status with the status complete. If you look into my console, Arey, why I make this mistake again and again? Okay. Uh, when is it completed? If you move downwards, you will see here what we were doing. For one of the requests, let me take it. There are several requests made. We can work on any one of them. See in here, this 5579 request was completed. Now the first request that was completed was 5578. Obviously all of them don't complete at the same time, they take different times. So 5578 was made, completed first. In 5578, what does it have? It has an end time, the request duration, and the status complete. But it also has the request ID, the URL, the start time, and so on. So you can understand that by assign it is overwriting this pending to complete, and all this is completed here. Right now we don't have any error. Since there did any error occur? Let's look. It will show with status. Something will be done. Status error will be present there. No, there's not any error right now, as far as I can see. They will also follow the same pattern here, right? And these are the things. This is how I used an extension to create and get all my URLs for a certain website. You can add multiple websites as I told earlier. And other than all these three, this is this Chrome tabs on activated at listener. Sorry. This is for when a new tab is opened. As you could see earlier, that there were more tabs other than 131. There was 26, see 26, 28, and many more. So these were also open and it listened to it. But which one only returned my request? Only the one where I open MDN, since I have already mentioned MDN in my network filter. And also on remove, when I remove it, the tab ID goes to null. Let me close it. (26, 28, and 131). All these tabs are present here, and I think that's enough for understanding the URL part and how to use it with the extension. So right now this, you must have thought, what is this part here? We used all this. So this on message thing, this one you can find the entire code on in my GitHub. So right now what we have done, we created an extension and we clicked it from here and opened a console. But generally we would always want to click here and get this. See, right now this is showing something like this, since this what is present in a React app first. So I use this, and what I need to do is I need to get this functionality, this getting all the URLs and all, not by clicking here, but by clicking here and clicking on this. Since a normal user will not open developer mode and look into background pages, it's not user friendly. For doing all this, we need to interact with our UI and make changes in our UI and send all these messages. For all these, I have provided the layout. When I click on this, and when I click on this, it will show a better layout. It is present on my GitHub. You can have a look on it, and you can obviously understand and read through it. See, the thing is, you need to make it yourself to understand it first. So you can go through the entire code of understanding, since in general a React developer will know how to make a layout. So this is the layout, and this I use this messaging thing to respond to each other, that when a request is made, it will show there, not here by clicking on background page. And I think that's all. So in here, that's all for today. You will get the entire code on github.com. I have provided the link here. You can have a look. It's in here. And that's all. I hope you like this session. Thank you and keep learning.